Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Tourism and Hospitality Service Management, SOTHSM, Master's Degree, Master of Tourism and Travel Management, MTTM, Semester 4, MTTM-115 MICE Management, Revised, Unit-1 Introduction to Business Travel, 1.0 Objectives. After reading this unit you will be able to understand times the concept and historical background of business travel, times the different types of business travelers, times the needs of a business traveler, times the role of ICT in business travel, times service quality issues in business travel. 1.1 Introduction. People travel for various reason and purpose. When the travel is with a specific purpose related to trade and commerce, then it comes under the category of business travel. Business travel is thus a special kind of travel with the objective of business, and nowadays these travelers wish to enjoy their travel by visiting nearby tourist attractions. The tourism industry considers them to be special interest tourists, set, due to their prime concern of business. Such travelers expect facilities and amenities as per their requirement, and the industry take special care as most of these travelers are considered to be high spenders. This so happens since most business travel is covered by the company they represent. Aviation sector has made a special class in air travel, and most of the airlines call it business executive classes, with extra facilities. In this unit we will be looking at this special segment called the business traveler. Why do they travel? What are their special needs? How can the tourism industry fulfill them? The role of information and communication technology, ICT, challenges before the tourism industry while providing services to them, etc. First, let us understand how business travel started and evolved over the years. 1.2 History and Evolution. Business travel is as old as human civilization. Since time immemorial, humans have always indulged in business dealings through all the changes in dimensions and complexities corresponding with each stage of civilization. The nature of these business dealings necessitates them many a times to leave their home turfs and travel to new places. If we refer to the ancient literature like Vedas, Upanishads and other religious books, it is clearly mentioned that the traders used to travel from one destination to another for the purpose of trade and business. This travel used to be not only short distance movement but were also long distance movements covering region, nation and transnation. Kings and emperors used to make special arrangements for the traders. Paintings in the Ajanta caves clearly depict the activities of business travelers. Similarly, evidences shows that Silk Route stretching from Asia to the Mediterranean was quite popular among the business travelers. The Silk Route was used to bring silk from China to Europe via countries like modern-day India, Persia, Arabia, etc. This route, apart from the silk trade, facilitated the trade of other fabrics, spices, fruits and vegetables, grains, wood and metal work, precious stones, and other items of value. Mesopotamian inscriptions, 3000 BCE, also indicate that Indian traders from the Indus Valley used to carry ivory, pearls, hardwoods and other metals including gold and copper. Evidence reflects that Harappan era was also important for shipping of luxury items. Business travel during the olden days was largely related to trade, to selling, and transporting goods to customers who resided outside the area of production. From its early days, business travel evolved its own infrastructure as a response to the needs of the traveling businessman. A person when he travels away from home requires three basic things: transportation, accommodation, and meals. An extension of these basic requirements is the provision for entertainment activities at the host destination. This is important considering that a sizable majority of business travelers seeks to explore the attractions of the host destinations. Kings and emperors used to make special arrangements for the traders. Thus, a number of caravan, saras, inns, food joints, accommodation blocks, etc., all trying to give maximum comfort to the travelers, developed along the major trade routes. Not only were the business travelers taken care of, but also their modes of transport, i.e., their beasts of burden, were also looked after. Introduction of the steamships and railways in the 19th century, and further of aeroplanes and jet travel in the 20th century, other massive technological development post-World War II, the rise of global economy, all gave a boost to world travel. In the last few decades, the system of business travel has been changed. Business travel is now no longer about sales trips and the transport of goods. It also involves meetings, conferences, and conventions where information is exchanged, lavish events to launch new products, incentive travel to motivate or reward staff, exhibitions to display and view products, etc. Thus, in the corporate sector, people are traveling for various reasons, and this has given rise to a whole new segment of suppliers prepared to meet the growing demands, thus bringing professionalization in business travel. The whole range of activities under business travel are popularly identified with the acronym MICE. M meetings, I incentives, C conferences conventions, E exhibitions expositions events. Meeting is a general term indicating the coming together of a number of people in one place to confer or carry out a particular activity. It can thus be defined as an event designed to bring people together for the purpose of exchanging information, either from within one company or organization or from a broader spectrum of people. Incentive travel can be defined as an all-expense-paid travel which organizations mostly use as part of a motivational scheme to increase or reward employees' effort. It is usually offered to participants to reward a previous performance. Both conferences and conventions are large meetings, while conference is a participatory form of meeting designed for discussion, fact-finding, problem solving, and consultation. Convention is a formal meeting of a group of members, representatives, or delegates who come to talk about their shared work, common interests, or to make decisions as a group. Exhibitions involve the bringing together of people for the purposes of viewing products and services. It is therefore an event where products and services are displayed, and the primary activity of the attendees is to view the exhibits on display. Expositions, on the other hand, is a term frequently applied to an event organized on an international level for display of industrial and artistic productions, and are designed usually to promote trade or to reflect cultural progress. The term events usually have an entertainment providing element attached to them and cover a wide range of themes and occasion. Apart from the various components defined above, other terms are also associated with the MICE industry and can be considered a part of it, like trade fairs, seminars, and workshop, etc. All these components will be further discussed in details in the subsequent units. Although it is convenient to use the acronym MICE, recently there has been an industry driven initiative to drop the mice market label and instead opt for the meetings industry, which encompasses all the above components. This is an interesting initiative because, in a remote sort of a way, all of the components, when ripped down to their basic structure, convey the same meaning, that of people coming together for a purpose, which is what defines a meeting. The importance and impact of MICE tourism is not confined to the act of participation alone. Various other related activities happen simultaneously. When a delegate decides to attend a meeting, conference, convention, he or she has to purchase his travel tickets, airline, railways, roadways, spend on hotel rooms, food and beverages, local transportation, and other related services. He or she may also indulge in shopping and entertainment activities. Thus, a whole gamut of other industries is also involved in the whole process. The MICE industry comprises of a number of sectors and stakeholders like travel agents, transportation, airline companies, hotels, food and beverages, exotic destinations, event organizers, insurance companies, freight forwarders, stand constructors, retailers, etc. According to the International Congress and Convention Association, ICCA, Europe and United States are the major markets worldwide in respect of the number of meetings, conferences and exhibitions held, with MICE tourism spiraling into a major revenue earning opportunity. All tourism-conscious countries across the globe are pumping in necessary infrastructure requirement to gain maximum revenue from this sector. India too has been witnessing a revolution in business travel, with a large number of corporate and individual travelers heading for destinations both within and outside the country. The original business travelers for India were the multinational corporations and their Indian counterparts, but the real growth in business travel came in the form of exporters exploring all corners of the world in search of orders. From a junior executive to the CEO of a large company, more and more business travelers are traveling frequently for business assignments. Increasing global trade, a booming economy, a liberal foreign exchange regime, cheaper airfares, etc. are some of the reasons for an unprecedented growth in business travel, both inbound and outbound, in India. The coronavirus outbreak, which has been declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization in March 2020, has completely altered the way the world functions. While its impact is seen across all sectors of the economy, the travel industry has been one of the worst hit, with lockdowns and travel restrictions in almost all countries across the globe. The impact of the pandemic on business travel has been particularly severe. Many trade shows, business meetings, events and conferences have been cancelled or postponed or are being scheduled using virtual platforms. The silver lining is that experts have projected a potential rebound for corporate travel once the travel restrictions are lifted, and estimated to reach $8 to $9.5 billion by the year 2027. However, the challenge is to negotiate through the many changes in travel policies and guidelines so as to ensure the safety of everyone involved. 1.3 Needs of a business traveler. In the recent years, business travel has come up very fast. Tourism and hospitality has also witnessed the changing demand of business traveler. For service providers, it is important to understand the needs of business traveler, which are quite different from those of the average tourist. Business travelers are one of the most demanding lots. They look for the best Comfort and convenience and price is usually not a major issue, although in recent times, increasing number of business travelers look for best price offerings. Sometimes a business traveler has to travel at the last moment. Even in such cases with no time to spare and plan, he is still unwilling to compromise on the comfort level of the services sought. For example, if he is traveling by air, he needs and expects comfort before, during and after the flight has landed. Thus the needs of a business traveler are quite different from those of the average tourist. Let us now see some of the other attributes of this need pattern. A few important requirements of business travelers are as follows. 1. Time-bound. Time and punctuality is a key factor for business traveler, and they do not mind paying extra for this purpose. Therefore, travel agents are required to ensure timely supply of travel and transport facilities to them. Hence, reliability is important. 2. Quick services. Business travelers are more demanding, therefore they expect prompt services from tour operators and hoteliers. Sometimes business travelers change their choice and expect from service providers to fulfill their choice. They are often time poor and appreciate convenience like skipping the queue, easy check-in, complimentary airport shuttle, or other amenities in their hotel, which helps them can save time. 3. Comfort. Business travelers have hectic schedule and wishes for a comfortable tour and stay. Tour operators and hotels should understand this requirement, and for the better services they may charge extra. 4. Communication. Prompt communication including Wi-Fi, fax, etc. become an important requirement for the business travelers, and hotels should not ignore this requirement. Airports and hotels with Wi-Fi are therefore a must for the business traveler. 5. Meeting space. Business travelers are required to meet with different suppliers and stakeholders during their travel, therefore a space for meeting and conferences should be made available. In fact, proximity to the space where they are working or meeting is important to business travelers. 6. Safety and security. Business travelers carry important material documents, therefore safety and security of their belongings are required to be taken care by the tourism and hospitality industry. Business travelers are an evolving group, and their requirements are also changing. As tourism professional, one should have the idea about the new trends. It would help to shape the future of business travelers' needs. Times paperless documentation, passport, ticket, boarding pass, visa, security are being replaced by digital technology. Times greater flight options, multiple choices of airlines and routes, legroom, food choice, etc. Times varied transport options. For every business trips, apart from air travel, there are plenty of options on the ground too. An example is the Channel Tunnel between England and France. Times more accommodation options. Traditional hotels are being replaced by bread and breakfast accommodation, homestays, etc. Booking of accommodation based on online reviews is also picking up. Times increase of female business travelers. Female business travelers have additional specific requirements. Women are more security conscious, and many hotels now has all-female floors. Example, a floor named Kamal in the Leela Palace, New Delhi, or a women-only bar. Example, women-only bar in the Hyatt Regency, Chennai, or a women-only housekeeping staff, etc. Times multiple meeting contacts. Many corporations and associations are now signing multiple meeting contracts with hotels, convention centers, which is a win-win. Situation for both the parties. The service providers are assured of occupancy while the service seekers get beneficial discounts. 1.4 ICT in business travel, an overview. In the recent past, information and communication technology, ICT, has changed the business scenario. Business practices have also been transformed. In this section, only an overview of ICT in business travel will be covered. You will be studying in detail about the application of ICT in MICE in a subsequent unit, Unit 12. Business traveler requires the use of technology for the smooth and hassle-free travel to the destination. Telecom, Wi-Fi, courier, email, video conferencing, scanning, online transfer facilities are helpful for the business travel. Digital technology is the outcome of ICT revolution, which covers simple to complex gadgets ranging from telephone, smartphone, internet, Wi-Fi, GPS, GIS, etc. The world market has become a global village with the help of information and communication technology. It is now easy to access tourism stakeholders spread across the globe. The e-commerce and e-marketing has further developed the scope of business activities. It provides an important platform to tour operators as they can be easily approach hotels and prospective customers for their business-to-business, B2B, and business-to-customer, B2C, queries. The outcome multiplies socio-economic development of a destination, and the role of ICT can be further pinpointed. 1. Increase scope of business operation. 2. Access to global market. 3. Easy to operate. 4. New opportunities for networking. 5. Prompt response and supply. 6. Easy for payment and collection. One key reason for the impressive growth of business travel has been the industry's adoption of pioneering technology. The new apps and smart devices would definitely affect the pace of advancement in business travel. Online travel agencies are also coming up with new software for expansion of business travel, including currency exchange and cash machine. Hotel and transport industry are also designing new platforms to provide real-time information on booking of accommodation, flights and other travel arrangements. Concierge services, smart itinerary management, travel assistance, artificial intelligence would facilitate business traveler to maintain a work-life balance and happiness index by exploring the destination they are visiting. Smart feedback systems are defining new trend in service quality management for business travel. Every day new travel solutions are coming into the market. In the aviation sector, passengers' heart rate, tiredness, and hydration level and body temperature giving the airline a unique insight into the need of their passengers. The future of business travel is quite dynamic due to use of new technological devices. Times business-to-business trade become easy, as enterprise involved in the transactions with other organizations in the tourism and related business. Times retailing become easy as consumer can approach online to the supplier, and services can promptly delivered online. Times public authorities can collect the information and taxes online, even they can provide online approvals. Therefore, ICT become important for the government bodies under the public-private partnership. Times the stakeholders networking becomes stronger and improved as all are connected and making transactions with their partners, including value added services. Times group of companies can be formed with the help of technology for their efficiency and competitive improvement to target the market. Today ICT can redesign interorganizational relationship by gathering information about the micro and macro environment. Times ICT provide an opportunity for creativity and innovation to the tourism and hospitality industry. Effective implementation and maintenance of ICT facilities are important. Recently, touchless travel and stay is also emerging as new trends. Air ticket booking, local transfers, hiring, taxi, check-in into the hotel, luggage scanning with in-room facilities are other areas where ICT upgradation is important. 1.5 Business tourism and leisure tourism. The world of business traveler exists in parallel to that of the leisure tourist. Sometimes, business tourists use similar services to leisure tourists such as hotel rooms and airline seats. Other times they use services which are uniquely offered to them such as convention centers, exhibition venues etc. Even where they use the same hotels and airlines, they are given special provisions. The expectations of business travelers tend to be higher than those of average leisure tourists. Thus, business tourism is a very different activity compared to leisure tourism. Likewise, the business traveler is a fundamentally different consumer when compared to the leisure tourist. This may be because times they are more experienced travelers and therefore have a more comprehensive understanding of general standards in the tourism industry. Times they are often traveling on a higher daily budget than the leisure traveler. Times the airline and hotel industries have recognized the monetary worth of the business traveler and therefore have directed a lot of their services towards them. Thus in the process have contributed to their enhanced expectations. There are certain parameters based upon which business tourism and leisure tourism can be segregated. Table 1. Differences between business tourism and leisure tourism. Look at the screen. Although business traveler and leisure tourists differ in certain characteristics, but we have to take note of the fact that many services, facilities and attractions of leisure tourists today are also common to business tourists. For example, business and leisure travelers use the same services, such as transportation, entertainment and restaurants. This brings us to a very pertinent point: the linkage between the business travelers and the leisure tourists. It is important to recognize that throughout history there has been a strong link between leisure and business tourism. Let us see these links. Times when the working day is over, the business traveler becomes a leisure tourist, eating out at restaurants, drinking in bars, and watching entertainment performances. Times conferences and conventions often have social or cultural programs for delegates, which will probably feature attractions predominantly aimed at leisure tourists such as folklore, museums, theme dinners, etc. Times when business travelers finish the business they have to conduct, they may choose to stay on for a few days as a leisure tourist. This is more likely to be the case if the destination is a long way from their home or is a famous tourist destination. They may well use this extra time to take an add-on trip. Times business travelers may take their partners with them while they are working. Their partners may be behaving as a leisure tourist. Times pre- and post-conference tours excursions are common in this business. The business traveler is a fundamentally different consumer when compared to the leisure tourist, but there is a strong link between business and leisure tourism, especially when it comes to spending free time. Given the increase in the number of business travelers and the lucrative nature of this travel segment, a number of specialized facilities are created. In India, cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune and other capital cities become commercial hub for business travelers. Therefore business hotels also came up in these cities to cater the special needs of business tourism. On the other hand, many hotels in popular tourist places like Ooty, Shimla, Kovikanal, Mysore etc. have conference facilities to cater to business tourism. 1. 6. Corporate travel management. Considering the fact that travel expenditures are one of the largest costs of any corporate house, many of them in a bid to reduce them effectively started their own inbuilt travel departments staffed by their own employees. But with airline deregulation and the stiff competition and bewildering number of schedules, fares and options brought in by the emergence of low-cost carriers, these ventures at times proved counterproductive. Many companies have now started to outsource their travel arrangements to professional travel service management companies which design and market travel programs that meets the need of the modern day business traveler. There are a variety of agencies and travel companies in the market addressing the needs of the business travel industry. We can refer to them as travel management companies, TMCs. Some of the key large TMCs operating in the Indian market include Thomas Cook, FCM Travel Solutions, American Express Global, Carlson Wagonlit Travel and BCD Travel. Many online travel agencies, OTAs, are also making their mark in this line of business travel services. While travel management companies, TMCs, can provide the basic day-to-day travel services, there are other aspects that any client company also needs to consider. In this context, the following selected excerpts from a white paper, Redefining Corporate Travel Management, published in 2019 throw more light. The said white paper was jointly published by KPMG, a global network of professional firms providing audit, tax and advisory services, and FCM Travel Solutions, a corporate travel company. Corporate travel management refers to the strategic management of a company's approach to travel. This includes vendor negotiations, daily operation of business's corporate travel program, safety and security in the sky and on ground, travel-related expenses and appropriate credit card management. A comprehensive travel management program aims to integrate and fulfill the needs of various stakeholders. Times for employees, it plays a role in keeping them safe and productive while traveling on business, and equipping them to make necessary choices through assimilation of relevant information. Times for travel and procurement managers, it centers around advising them on how to optimize their business travel program through in-depth analysis of travel spends and traveler behavior. Times for senior executives, it ensures that the corporate travel program supports company objectives by allowing them to focus on their core business. There are 4 key pillars that sustain a good corporate travel management program. Ensuring safety of employees, increasing cost effectiveness of the program, increasing productivity of employees while traveling for business, and increasing transparency within the program. Each of these pillars should be considered while selecting a TMC, instead on focusing solely on price. Figure, successful corporate travel management. Safety, efficiency, productivity, transparency. Basing the selection criteria for TMC partners around the said 4 pillars can help organizations to reduce costs and deliver enhanced employee satisfaction. Steps identified for selecting a TMC. Step 1. Detailing the requirements. Times define objective of TMC appointment. Times internal survey, feedback and inputs on travel needs, perceptions and requirements. Times technology requirements. Times learnings from existing TMC, if any. Times travel budgeting. Times monthly MIS reports. Step 2. Identifying key selection criteria. Times cost commercials quoted. Times reputation existing client feedback. Times current technology deployment and capabilities. Times front-end and back-end support. Times data analytics. Times value-added services. Step 3. Evaluating offers. Times bidding rules and weightage to respective criteria. Times TMC profiling, network. Times capacity and capabilities. Times prior experience and expertise. Times account management. Times quality control. Times risk management and security review. Step 4. Contract signing. Times contract documentation. Times agreement on terms and conditions. Times finalizing the service level agreements. Times dispute resolution mechanism. Times critical success factors and quarterly reviews. Times average contract period of 2 to 4 years. Figure, key selection criteria for selecting a TMC. Price, commercials quoted by the TMC is the top criteria for selection of a TMC. As most organizations are focused on optimizing costs, market reputation, feedback from existing clients of the TMC, its network of vendors, hotels, etc., and scale of operations are key factors that determine the eligibility of the TMC. Technical capabilities. Many organizations depend on their TMC for technological tools. Thus, a TMC should have the capability to cater to an organization's technical ambitions and to anticipate the changes in the industry. Global presence. Organizations with widespread travel requirements prefer TMCs with a global presence to cater to their employees at any location, if needed. 1.7 Service quality issue in business travel. The competitive nature of business tourism is being reflected increasingly in the substantial growth in marketing and promotional efforts by hotels, airlines, and other service providers, like convention centers, car rentals, etc., as they compete for a larger share of both domestic as well as international business travelers. As explained earlier, such competition has led to business travelers' demand for higher standards of service provision and improved quality of service. Quality of service can be understood as a comprehensive customer estimation or evaluation of a particular service and the extent to which it meets their expectations and provides satisfaction. Customers play a crucial role in deciding the success and failure of an organization and thus for a service provider to have a sustainable competitive advantage. Addressing the issues in service quality is one of the most important factors. Tourism and hospitality product is assembled by many producers and it is a bundle of products. Therefore, ensuring service quality in this industry is quite a challenging task. Cooperation and coordination among stakeholders, like hotels, transporters, travel agents, event management companies, convention centers, etc., become important for the strategic development of service quality in tourism industry. Certain key dimensions of business travel service quality can be identified. These include courtesy relates to showing of politeness, respect, etc. during delivery of service to the business traveler. Soft skills required. Reliability relates to ability to render promised services in an accurate manner to the Business traveler. Tangibility relates to elements which can be seen, touched, felt etc. by the business traveler, which can include physical structure and facilities, appearance dressing of frontline staff, communication material like brochures etc. Accessibility relates to the ease with which business traveler can reach out or approach the service provider. Competency relates to the possession of required knowledge, information, attitude and skills by the staff to satisfy the business traveler. Creditability relates to capacity of being trusted and believed in by the business traveler. Responsiveness relates to prompt service and willingness to cooperate in fulfilling the needs of business traveler. Empathy relates to individual care and attention to each business traveler. An important concept accepted worldwide is the expectancy disconfirmation theory, developed by Richard L. Oliver, which posits that satisfaction stage is the resultant of the distinction between anticipated and supposed performance. Satisfaction occurs if the perceived performance meets or exceeds the expectations. Service providers need to know the exact requirements of the business travelers and their expectations. For this, it is important that they all effectively utilize the market research technique. Certain steps which can help meet travelers' expectation are: times corporate houses should elicit detailed information about what they require. For example, the hotel should be thorough with the information on the requirements of, say, a conference attendee, his check-in and check-out, etc. Times management should develop ability to specify that the service provided needs to be realistic and guided by clear quality standards. Times employees should be trained to deliver the service according to the specifications. Times promises made in marketing and promotional messages should match with the actual quality offered. For example, if an airline's promotional message promises special comforts for the business class, they must do so. 1.8 Summary. Tourism development in the business travel area is not a new phenomenon. However, its recognition as a significant activity in its own right has gained the attention it deserves more recently in the developing countries. Most cities, hotels, airlines, car rentals etc. are totally geared towards providing the best to the business traveler. The industry is beginning to recognize the importance of tapping more and more business travelers because of their high yielding revenue to the establishments they come in contact with. The business traveler is also getting more down to earth and practical in his/her demands because of the cutting budgets by corporations, but still the service quality aspect of their demand cannot be ignored. The need of the hour is to develop such a system that can facilitate the business traveler to the maximum and also ensure repeat customer. Accordingly, travel management companies have to provide customized programs and packages to fulfill the demand of business travelers. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.